It's my birthday. I'm 30 years old now. Uh, I, I don't know what to think about it. I guess it feels fine to me. Feels okay. Um, Never really thought about what it would be like to be 30, but I guess I knew it would happen. Um, Kind of feels mostly the same as before. I do feel like, just with all the mental problems I've been facing, lifelong mental illness issues I've been facing, I feel like my mind is not as functional as it used to be. It definitely feels like my mind declined. Um, Memory and thinking of things, and things don't make a lot of sense to me now. Uh, but yeah, so I'm 30 now. I guess, hmm, I don't know. It just kind of feels like nothing. Like it feels like nothing like usual. Um, I just kind of feel, I don't know. Like, it's always so confusing to me when I think about how I feel, because I don't really know how I feel. All I know is I feel like not good. Um, like negative. Kind of just feel crappy most of the time. But I don't tell people that usually. Um, 30 years old. I don't know. Like, I don't really know what to think about it. Feels like I am older. Yeah, just feels like I'm older, I guess. But I don't mind getting older. I just wish that I had you know, good health and friends and family for the most part. And that I could do stuff with friends and family. It's kind of what I like. Um, but yeah. I I don't know. I kind of never feel that much of anything. I'm just kind of making it up if I if I say something. I'm kind of just making it up for the most part. Um, Cat wants to say hello. He is like almost 2 years old. He'll be 2 years old in a couple months. Isn't he a beautiful cat? He's a good kitty. Mr. Cat. Mr. Existing Cat, just existing. Um, yeah, so 30. Gee whiz. I mean, I should get married. I should find a wife and get married, that's for sure. Um, Been kind of afraid for some reason. Well, I kind of know the reason. Family issues and my own fears and insecurities. You know, it's kind of makes it hard. Um, what else should I do? Well, I do need like a job. Yeah, I still don't know about the career part. Still trying to figure the career part out. I have a degree. Could work, you know, doing something. I just find my job prospects hard right now because I'm so bad at helping people. And that's what, like, my job prospects are like helping people. And I feel so it's weird. I feel unqualified because for some reason I always feel like I have to have my own life together before I can help someone else. And my own mental health to be like super good before I can help someone else. So maybe that's like a faulty belief or something. I don't know if it's true. But yeah, I'm 30 now. Kind of always wanted to be older. Kind of like it. Um, but, but, I don't know. I literally don't even know what to say or think about being 30. I feel like 30 is like a good age. You know? I still do kind of want to write that book. You know, like I was thinking about writing a book talking about attachment. Because just I think attachment's so important. I don't know. I just feel like it's like so important and so necessary. But yeah, so kind of want to write that book about attachment. I don't know. I just get anxiety about the future. Even though it's weird, it's like I live in the future now. 2025 is the future to people who were alive in 2015, you know, thinking about the future. 2025 seems really far into the future. And then for the people who are in 2035, it's going to be like the past. You know? So that's weird. But that's how time works, right? I guess that's not weird, that's normal. Yeah. I've kind of been like wanting to just go back to my city that I'm from. Just because I don't get along with the people out here, like and I've been suffering out here with my mental health and stuff. I don't even know if it's gonna make things better if I go back to the city I came from. So, good things that happened on my birthday. I'll say the good things and I'll say the bad things. First, the good things is my one friend from church made me cupcakes. It was really nice of her. This is the friend that I had a crush on. And then I told her. And then she's like, told me no. So yeah. But she made it really special. That was nice of her to to actually do that. It was a surprise too, so I was like, wow, I can't believe it. That was really nice. And then I went to the hat weaving class. Gua. That's how you say hat in the language here. It's like a native language. There was more to it, but I forgot. It's like how to say I went to hat weaving class, but I forgot how to say the rest in the native way. And then, so I told them, and then they all sang me happy birthday in the native language. Oh, here. And that was really nice. That felt special. And then the teacher gave me a gift card for the restaurant here to get dinner, or a gift certificate. That was really nice. And what else? Those are the main two things I can think of. And then, what else? Oh, my brother sang me happy birthday, and my auntie wished me happy birthday over the phone. My brother sang me happy birthday over Discord. That was nice. And then, yeah, so that's all I really wanted, was just to be wished happy birthday. That's it. But I'm happy with everything else. And then the bad thing, so my mom sent me a nice gift. She sent me some money in the mail, and like a birthday card, and like some presents, some clothes and some slippers, and so that was really nice. But the bad thing was, she got mad at me because I went to the doctor, and the doctor said he thinks I have schizoaffective disorder. And I was like, I didn't really know how to feel, but I felt kind of a little bit of relief, like felt like my life was moving forward a little bit. Maybe my identity was moving forward, just to have a little bit of answers. But then I told my brother, and he said, no, you don't have that. And I was like, how would you know? You're not a doctor. But then I told my mom, she called me and I told her, and she got really mad at me. She said, you don't have that. And then she started talking all about herself. And I got mad at her. I said, you're being self-centered. This is not something about you. I told you that I was told that I might have schizoaffective disorder. And she got so upset, saying, you don't have that. Doctors don't know. And everything. But so she went into one of her freakouts. Like, she does freakouts. It's a pattern of hers, and she basically just goes crazy, goes into a freakout, gets really angry, irrational, goes into victim mode and makes everything about her. So even though it wasn't, and then, but I guess like 40 years ago or something, I found this out recently. Like a year ago, maybe, I found this out. My mom was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but she didn't accept the diagnosis. She rejected it and denied it, and then got really angry at everyone. And so it's the same pattern, so it just came back. And then, like, when I told her yesterday, I was like, it's not about you, but you could have got a second opinion. If it's okay if you want to deny something, right? Doctors can be wrong. It's possible. But you don't just bury it and then make everyone suffer. Like, she made us all suffer. So I told her, like, you don't just deny it and then make everybody suffer. This is where the self-centeredness is, like, evil, essentially. Or, I don't know. It's probably evil. Because she made everyone suffer. That's like... And it was because she wouldn't deal with her own problems. in like a healthy way. So we all suffered from it. And then, like, me and my siblings. I have 3 siblings that I grew up with. 3 half siblings, which I didn't. And then she made us all suffer because she wouldn't deal with it. And then I said, like, to her, I was like, you know, you could have got a second opinion, right? Like, personally, me, I've seen many doctors, you know? And she called me a hypochondriac, and she called me gullible. And, like, I just told her, like, you know, you don't know more than these doctors. Because she kept saying, they don't know the whole story, and you don't know the whole story. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what it's like to be you. I'm not inside your head. Obviously, I don't know what you're perceiving, your perceptions are, but I know enough. Like, people know enough, right? We have doctors, like, they do things, there's like, it's like freaking complicated to fully explain, but we have research, we have studies, like, the way a study works and the way, like, diagnoses work is like, they're not just made up things, right? They are basically a way of labeling something that's going on. And it's the same way as saying, like, this object is a cup. And you could say, because my mom said this before, she's like, that's just a label about, like, the diagnosis. It's like, okay, cup is just a label for this. But it's a concrete object, and things get more concrete or they get more abstract. So a mental health diagnosis is more abstract. You can't actually see it usually easily, but you assess based on symptoms and stuff. And so, like, I don't know, it's just frustrating that she's kind of, like, stupid and obstinate and evil. Like, I don't know, like, I feel bad. Like, you're supposed to honor your parents, and, like, I guess I honor my parents in a way, but it's hard to love my parents. I was reading this in a book, like, the Bible says you have to honor your parents, but it doesn't. Well, you're supposed to love everyone, but it's actually really hard when your parents hurt you so much and, like, didn't love you first, you know, weren't there for you, didn't validate you. My parents didn't validate me. Now is just another example, like, but my therapist said, like, lower your expectations about your parents. He's got, like, he's been through a ton too, because he talks about himself a lot, which I sort of don't like, but I kind of get it, you know? So it's weird. It's like, in a way, it's helpful. But, I don't love when people just take something and then suck it into themselves. You know? Anyway. But Mr. Cat, he wants me to go outside with him. I'll go outside with him. Anyways, I guess, like, I'm just trying to say that my mom may be mad. And I told my auntie about it, and she was really good about it. But there's, like, a whole family drama thing where my aunts and uncles, like, I guess everybody knows there's something wrong with my mom. And I told her, I told my mom, I was like, literally anyone you talk to, if you ask them, is there something wrong with me? Like, anyone would tell you that, yes, like, your behavior is crazy. Like, you know, she lives in a garage now. And growing up, she was just like so volatile and would get angry. Like it was just, she would blow up and she would scream, and like I didn't feel any love. Like I feel like somehow guilty or something for the fact that I never felt really loved, like, by my mom. And I just felt scared, like I just felt scared and embarrassed and ashamed, mainly. Those are the main things that I felt. And like just so alone too, like confused as well. But like it's because I was really did never get from my parents one of the like core things which you're supposed to get is like feeling of love. Like your parents are supposed to love you, not doesn't happen all the time, but your parents are supposed to like actually love you. Like I don't know, it's just such a crap childhood, like, and it sucks because everyone's like always trying to, I guess, whitewash or like lie or not acknowledge or like turn like a blind eye to like how bad it was, even though it was so bad. It was so fucking freaking bad. Um, like abuse wise. But anyways, so that was the bad part of my birthday, that my mom freaked out and then she made everything about herself. And then she says to me, like, have a happy birthday. And then she hung up. I don't know. It's like, I don't even know if I feel pained by it. I feel just like, like such a pattern. It's just like, oh, okay. This again. Like, it's so horrible. It's just horrible. But, anyway, so that was the bad thing about my birthday. But I'd say, like, overall, I don't know how I feel. Whether I feel like super optimistic about the future. Because I used to feel really optimistic about the future. And I'd always think like, okay, these next 4 years are going to be like the best years of my life. I remember thinking that one time. And things have really gone downhill for me after COVID, like mental health wise. And like moving out here to a small town has really been extremely hard. And just, yeah. But I think like 30, it's pretty good. I expect things to be just okay, like I definitely don't have a handle on kind of like my lifelong challenges. I'm getting more of a handle on them, but I still struggle with them a lot. And I guess like I don't know, I do feel kind of behind. I don't know if I feel behind, but I do feel like crummy about like not owning a house. Like I would like to own a house. I feel crummy about not having like a girlfriend or a wife. I feel crummy about the situation with like, apparently I have a daughter, but her mom like won't let me see her. Like I barely even know she exists. That's the crazy part. And that's a whole other story too. Basically, it was like a Tinder hookup with this woman, and she told me she was on birth control, and then she got pregnant, and then we talked about like, beforehand we talked about what, I think we talked about what would happen if you got pregnant, and then she said that she would get an abortion. And then so she got pregnant and she didn't want to. And then basically I freaked out and I didn't know what to do. I felt like my life was over. And I just I looked online for advice, and the advice basically said, like, you can just choose the asshole option. So I chose the asshole option, which was just tell her, like, you won't support her or anything, and just hope that she actually, chooses to get an abortion. But now that I'm older, I realize that was horrible, and that it was my responsibility because we had sex, it's two people. And even if, she made stuff up, it just, none of that kind of matters, because now there's like a person involved, like a human life. So like my daughter, which I've never met her, don't know her, but I pray for her. But so I'm not happy with that situation. I actually contacted her. Was funny because we like matched on Tinder again like 7 years later or something. And it was weird too, because it's just like, I said, like, did you actually have a daughter? Or our daughter? And she said yes. And I was like, I could like literally not even tell if she was messing with me or not. And then, but she eventually sent pictures and it did look like our child. So I was like, okay, this is real. But I never talked to anyone about it. Well, I've told people, actually. I've told like at least 2 people, I think. I definitely told the priest, and he was super unhelpful. That guy was not very helpful at all. He was like weird. And then I told, I think I told a therapist. I can't remember. But they were also unhelpful. Okay, so, and then basically I was telling her, like, I want to be involved in our daughter's life. I was trying not to say my daughter, but she kept saying my daughter. It's like, but anyway, I don't know. People get so mad about all this stuff, and I guess justifiably so. But I said, yeah, I would like, I want to be involved. Like, can I meet her? Can I, and at least have some involvement. I'm not trying to, take her away type of thing. I'm just trying to at least have some sort of involvement. And she was saying yes for a while, but then she never, it never happened. And things got kind of crazy because I said, like, well, I will phone the social services or whatever. And they were unhelpful because I actually did contact them. They were unhelpful. They basically didn't tell me anything. And then, anyway, I'll probably finish this story another time. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, well, bye. So I just got off the phone with my mom, and I stood up for myself because basically I said, like, I'm surprised you even called. She called to wish me a happy birthday, and I'm appreciative of that. And actually, I'm impressed because I think that it's probably hard for her to do that. But basically, I was still mad. So I said, basically, like, how all kids need a nurturing and kind household and a loving household, 2 parents. And, I didn't get that. So basically I just was mad at her. But I was firm. I wasn't explosive and angry. She kept trying to talk over me, but I kept talking, and I kept saying what I had to say. And I just basically told her, like, that it's healthy to take responsibility, and I'm not telling her any of this so that she can do all this stuff. I'm saying because I am taking responsibility for what happened to me, and I'm not feeding into delusion about that it wasn't so bad. And she kept saying I was ungrateful, and that I said, actually, no, I'm not ungrateful, because all kids deserve loving parents and supportive parents and validation from their parents. And it's actually a requirement. And I explained to her that there's videos of psychological experiments with babies where they put the traumatized babies, the ones that went through institutions and foster homes, in front of blocks. And then they put babies who came from loving families in front of blocks, like toy blocks. And the ones from loving families picked them up, and they were fully absorbed, and they were playing, and they were having fun. They were fully absorbed in the activity. And the babies that came from traumatized homes would just sit there like that. And there's videos on YouTube, you can find it if you just look at babies in front of blocks experiment or effective trauma on babies experiment. And basically it's true, like when your attachment figures are scary, they make the baby traumatized. They make it changes its brain and its nervous system. And so I don't have to feel grateful for that, because actually all babies deserve love. And basically the house I grew up in, I was always afraid. My early memories, most of my memories. So I do feel guilt. I always feel guilt about my own, being exposed to pornography at age 5. I don't know why I feel guilty about that. All I was doing was searching for a video game on the house computer. I was searching for a video game we played at the school computer lab. And then all this hardcore porno came up. And I just felt, ever since then, I felt so guilty about it. Because I had some sort of attraction to it, like confused, but like couldn't not look away. So basically, I've always felt so embarrassed about that, like, and ashamed. But yeah, so, but anyways, I'm still like coming to terms with thinking that I have a mental illness. Like, I don't know how, like, I have so much identity confusion about it. Like, I don't know how to describe my identity to people. Actually, it was really amazing because my one friend, the girl from church, who I had a crush on, but I told her and she basically said no. When she gave me the cupcakes, I told her, like, kind of some stuff about my family. And she was actually supportive. And I told her, like, the doctor said I might have schizoaffective. And she was actually, like, supportive. Like, what? Huh? Question marks? Like, this doesn't compute. You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing to me that there's people that are kind of, like, supportive and don't reject you for the way you are, or like things that have happened to you. So I just don't understand that. And I'm still kind of like, I don't know, worried about being rejected, kind of, but I don't know. It's like I'm starting to trust a little bit. So, yeah. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like, I've had friends for years, but actually the thing is, I've never told those friends that I've had for years almost anything about my family. I kind of whitewashed everything. I kind of made everything sound like acceptable in a way, even if it sounded weird. I kind of made it sound acceptable. Like there was always kind of like, oh, well, that's weird, but oh, there's kind of an explanation. I never really told the truth. So with this friend, I kind of am telling the truth. And that's nice. Like, it's just, yeah. But I'm still learning about how to form like my identity about the truth. Like, I don't know how to say stuff without it being too much. I don't know, But if I do have like a mental illness, like a severe mental illness, which schizoaffective is, and it could be helped by keto, apparently the research says. But if I do have that, then like that's just something I have. It's like having brown hair. It's not like it's like having a nose, or it's like having freckles. Like I have freckles. It's like having brown eyes. It's like having um light white skin or black skin, or it's like it relates to identity. Like the thing about these mental illnesses is that they relate to your identity. Like for the at least for the ones we know about that are severe, like schizophrenia, bipolar, um, some other ones too. But I'm just like trying to figure out how do I accept this and like live like with this, Because it's funny, because it's like if I don't accept it, I'm still living with it, you know. But yeah, my mom said that because I was saying like about like you could have got a second opinion and all this, because she got diagnosed with schizophrenia like 40 years ago and rejected it. I was telling her like there's still things you can do. You still have agency, and she's trying to make all these excuses about it. I was like, and she said like, no, it's spiritual illness, and I was like, then why didn't you go talk to a priest? Why didn't you? There's a priest in every town. There's churches in every town. There are books. There is Christian counseling. There is help, basically. And she was trying to say that it's the nature of the beast. And I was like, no, it's not. Because literally in the Bible, if you want to go there, then we know that in the Bible that there is help for these things. Like that's the whole point. Like that's the huge. There's salvation. There's help. There's, So, I just was telling her like, you still could have done something, and you didn't have to make us all suffer, because her actions of burying things and getting mad at everybody actually makes us suffer, her children. We suffered, we suffered. I suffered. And so, yeah. But she was just saying like I was ungrateful and I was exaggerating, and all this, but like, I'm not really. Like, I told her, like, I'm suffering. Like, I do all these things. I do keto, okay? I do exercise. I meditate. I eat healthy. I go to all these doctors and therapists and everything trying to get help, trying to feel better. If I felt good, if I felt excellent, I wouldn't be doing these things, you know? Like, I wouldn't be doing things like this so much to try and feel better. It's because I don't feel good that I do all these things. It's like, why do I make these Cptsd vlogs? It's because I have complex PTSD from not having a dad, having a mentally ill primary caregiver who was neglectful and hurtful and constantly exploding and didn't validate me and didn't make me feel safe, didn't make me feel loved when I was growing up. Like, that gives kids complex PTSD, you know? That gives people issues. And so it's like double whammy. Like, there's mental illness that runs in our family, and there is the environmental factors, like all the chronic stress and trauma. Like, and I'm just like, I'm always learning about these things, but I'm really struggle to apply them to my life because it's just hard for me. It's hard for me to talk about it. It's really hard, okay? Like, doing this right now, it's like, it actually feels helpful because I'm saying it. And like, when my mom was trying to like invalidate me on the phone again, I wouldn't let her, you know? I was angry. I was sticking up for myself. Like, I was fighting back. And I think that's part of the road of healing. It's part of like the road of like responsibility, and it's just like a hard road. And I still feel really ashamed. Like, I would say that one huge part that I feel ashamed of, it's almost like a big battle that I feel ashamed of, is actually because I got bullied so much and my friends were bullies, and I was also a bully to people when I was growing up. It was just a big mess, but I was just trying to survive. And I had these friends that it was just like a huge competition, and everyone was just like so mean and roasting each other all the time. And so I still have issues around that, like feeling like issues to feel, to like say things, like vulnerable things to those friends I used to have. It's weird because they're not my friends. Well, I don't know. We haven't talked in years. So I still gotta move on from that. Anyway. Bye-bye.